Hey guys, so today actually is a Friday and I'm supposed to go to youth group fellowship, but my brother has a cold, so we're staying at home. And usually, sometimes I travel by myself, but I guess today I'm not doing that. Actually, the reason why it feels a little more cluttered and you can see over there is kind of messy is because this is actually the side of my table. I usually film on my brother's side, but he's sick, so I don't want to touch his side and then potentially get sick as well. Yeah. There were a couple of times within like last week and the week before that where I was singing at church and singing in fellowship, and actually after that, like even like dancing and singing, I felt my voice become scratchy. I think I potentially could get the cold. Like technically the cold, like having a cold is airborne, so it's kind of just hiding in your throat, and if you drink like cold things or eat anything that scratches up your throat, you can get sick. It just comes out like that. So yeah, so I'm trying not to drink anything that could potentially ruin my throat. So yeah, so I'm just gonna outline this drawing. So this drawing is actually based on a song called Deep Cries Out to You, I believe. It's a Christian song. Basically the lyrics are, I got a river of living water, a fountain that never will run dry. And then it sings about how there's an open heaven that God is releasing and he will never be denied. And basically, it's just such a fulfilling song. And recently I've been feeling very happy. Actually, I bought one of my friends bubble tea because I go to Tuesday badminton and he also comes too. And just like, I bought him this milk tea because usually I like milk teas. I don't really like bubble tea flavors like taro and stuff. Taro is like purple potato. It's an Asian potato. So normally if you see in like Chinese, what is it? If you see on the Chinese menus where they say potato, they usually don't mean yam. Yam is more of a Western sweet potato. They usually mean purple potato, which is taro, and taro kind of tastes different, but I don't like taro at all. So yeah, I know my brother likes taro and everything. But anyways, I bought it for him, and then he literally went and sat at the back of the... He sounded like he didn't like matcha, because I asked him, I messaged him asking him if matcha, green tea, milk flavor was fine, and he was like, he gave me this confused emoji face, and then he gave me this sad emoji face, and I was kind of like, what, you don't like it? And then he didn't really use his words. I was like, okay, if you really don't like it, you can share with me then. And he was like, okay. And then because I bought a milk tea, you can barely taste the matcha anyways, so it was a good choice. And actually, I put it in his badminton bag secretively while he was playing badminton, and then he actually went to his bag and he saw it and he took it out, and I just went back to playing and pretended like nothing happened, and then kept looking at me and it was funny. And anyways, he took it and then he just he went all the way to the back. So there's like two courts we have. So one court is here, the other court is here, and basically that's it. It's just this big room. It's kind of a small room for a court. I think they use it for dancing in the morning or afternoon-ish. And basically, so he sat at the back. In the back, there's like a small stage thing, but it's not really a stage. He just sat there drinking bubble tea, and he looked so happy. He's smiling. He was like, oh, so happy. And after seeing that, I don't know. My week has just been so happy, and I just feel like God is like so fulfilling. Like, there are so many times where I feel sad, and that's why I was drawing this drawing and just thinking about how like there's an open heaven when you look up at like, and when you look at the positive parts of life. Like, every little thing counts as a blessing. Every little thing that you can say thank you to God for, that's basically what I look at now. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, everything's so small. And then we take for granted how much grace we get from God, because we're like, oh, these big bad situations happen to us within the week and we don't feel good. So we're like not happy about it, and we're not happy. And sometimes, a lot of the times, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm not happy about myself. Like, sometimes I mess up and I'm like, oh, I'm not really happy with myself. But then just recently, I just felt like, because I read a journal every single night, and basically I do devotions, journal, Bible reading, Bible study reading that I have to do for youth group. And basically the only thing that is mandatory is the Bible study reading, because we are doing like 100 days Bible reading, just reading the entire New Testament, one chapter each day. And just thinking about it, it's like, even like I wrote in my journal once, like, I just want to be thankful for one thing at least per day. Because if I'm not thankful for at least one thing per day, like, I let negative things come to me. And I realized that's not how you go about your day. Especially like being Christian, sometimes it's hard on you because you have so much expectations on yourself, and you hold so much expectations to be this role model, because as a Christian you're supposed to be like my youth group leader. He's like a pastor, but he's not really. But he's more of a just a leader, and he just told us like we aren't supposed. He pointed out a quote in the Bible that we were reading, and he said we're not only supposed to be leaders, like examples to ourselves, examples to people who are younger than us, or examples to people our age. We're supposed to be even examples for older people. And like people who are super spiritual, like the pastors, sometimes, like, because we're all human, we're not perfect. Sometimes they might do something and they might need a reminder from other people that aren't even on their spiritual level, but they need a reminder from them how to do certain things, like maybe interacting with people. Like, you feel you need to interact in a certain way, and maybe the pastors don't really see that in church because they're overseeing everything and they're too busy to realize that that's what's missing and stuff like that. So it's just like being an example, and also like loving yourself. It's hard to love yourself because you expect so much from yourself because of how other people expected stuff from you. So yeah, so I just drew this. It's kind of like two hands holding each other. This one is two people's hands. So sometimes I draw drawings where it's like a person's hand and then God's hand or Jesus's hand. But this time it was two people's hands just holding each other's hands and being together as one. And it's like a releasing a fountain of God's love. And yeah, so yeah, I really like the song Deep Cries Out to You. It's basically singing about like dancing, shouting, and just rejoicing with God. So it definitely made me feel like really happy. And I've been really happy this week. I don't know. Ever since Tuesday, I was just like smiling. And it's like, usually I'm not that happy. And usually I have like really negative experience throughout, but yeah, each week at a time and just holding on to God. Like, this season is really new, so I'm so happy. Like, there's new things happening, and it just, it's amazing. And you can see, like, the changes. Like, I've seen changes in other people, I've seen changes in myself. So, yeah. So, here's the drawing. Didn't really talk much about the outlining, but overall, I needed to outline this. My next video, I'll probably do a coloring video of this. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check down in the description box below. All my social media is there. Go follow and like those for process work. The sketch a picture of the sketch and a picture of the outline. And once I do the coloring video, the picture of the coloring, like the full finished product of this drawing, will be on there too. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to check out my drawings playlist. You can check out all my other drawings that I have drawn before. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, and that's it. Other than that, all I've been working on really was like trying to wrap gifts. My wrapping skills have little to be desired though, because they're really bad. So I didn't feel like making a video of doing it because I'm not great at wrapping paper. Like, I've wrapped gifts before and they turned out okay, but they never turned out amazing, like perfect. So yeah, so it's kind of just okay. So yeah, so I'll show you guys, like, when I finish, I'll show you what wrapping paper I chose and what wrapping paper I used to wrap around all the gifts. But yeah, I still have a few gifts left that I need to buy, and I probably will do that like next week or so, because we have a tight budget when it comes to buying things, and buying gifts is like the last thing on our mind, because like budgeting for like what we need to eat compare and bills, and budgeting like gifts for other people, like of course stuff for yourself to survive counts first, and then gifts counts last. So it's kind of like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll show you my next video will be a coloring video of this, as I said, and then my next video after that, I'll probably show you how I wrapped the gifts that I have so far. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!